Hello everyone, my name is McBubba, and welcome to the first episode in a series I'm calling Road to 100%. Road to 100% is my journey to earn all the Steam achievements in the game, with today's episode being focused on Half-Life 2, or more specifically, the Update Edition of Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 is a first-person shooter released in 2004 by Valve Software. It is a critically acclaimed title, and is often in the discussion for best video game of all time. The Update Edition of the game is a free-to-play mod on Steam that requires you to own the original Half-Life 2 to play it. It features, quote, beautiful lighting and countless bug fixes. I can't complain too much about the mod since it is free to play, but one thing that I noticed that drove me bonkers were the missing Lambda symbols next to some of the caches in the game, as well as ones that were moved entirely. These are problems that will likely only affect achievement hunters, but they are annoying nonetheless. There are 33 achievements to grind, just like the original. They can be split up into 3 categories. Story-based. These are the achievements we are going to unlock by just playing and completing the game. Chapter-based. These are the achievements we're going to have to do in specific chapters, such as crossing without touching the sand in sand traps, or killing the snipers in Anti-Citizen 1. Scavenger. There's only one achievement that really applies to this category, but it's the longest and rarest in the game, so it's worthy of its own category. This achievement is the one that will require us to scavenge and check every nook and cranny throughout the game, to make sure that we don't miss any of the 45 Lambda caches. Anyways, I think we covered all the bases. It's time to start grinding those achievements. Welcome to Road to 100%. The game begins with a monologue from the G-Man, revealing that we are Gordon Freeman, a theoretical physicist who was responsible for the defeat of the Zen forces in Half-Life 1. The G-Man has awoken Gordon from the stasis he placed him in 20 years earlier, and places him in a train on its way to City 17. Upon arrival, you are introduced to the Combine, and their puppet ruler of Earth, former Black Mesa administrator Dr. Breen. This area is cool, and shows off the genius behind how Valve tells their stories. There's a Vortigaunt doing slave work in the corner, Breen giving a monologue over the intercom, a lady waiting for her husband, and a man who's trying to hold on to their luggage. They don't shove these interactions down your throat. They leave it open to you to explore the area and learn for yourself. You are free to do whatever you want, and I want to bully the Metro cops. You end up making your way through the rest of the train station to a detainment area, where you are pulled aside by a Metro cop who is revealed to be none other than Barney Calhoun, a former security guard at Black Mesa. Barney calls Dr. Kleiner, a former scientist at Black Mesa, and informs him of your arrival. Dr. Kleiner, like Barney, is overjoyed to see his former friend and colleague. After the call, Barney instructs you to make your way from the plaza to Kleiner's lab, saying he'd meet you there. We then make our way out the back and into the plaza, where we can earn our first 2 achievements, Defiant and Submissive. We earn Defiant by throwing the can at the cop's head, and then we earn Submissive by placing it in the trash can. After this encounter, we make our way out into the town square. It is in this area where we can see the full extent of the Combine's cruelty, suppression fields to prevent reproduction, and overall brutality and suppression towards those that act out against them. We then make our way into the apartments, where people are living in fear over the constant Combine raids. We then make our way upstairs, where we are then told to get to the roof. This is followed by Metro cops coming in and oppressing the citizens on the same floor. We make our way to the roof, where a brave citizen stays behind to hold them off. I salute you, brave man. The roofs are the area where we can earn our 3rd achievement, Malcontent. We unlock this when we evade the cops shooting us from below and escape into a nearby building. The cops plan for this, however, setting a trap in the next room. Thankfully, we are saved by Alex Vance, daughter of Eli Vance, another one of Gordon's former colleagues from Black Mesa. Alex escorts us the rest of the way to Kleiner's lab, describing the dangers of the journey to Eli's and how they're close to finding a shortcut around it. We then arrive at Kleiner's lab, where the entrance is the first of the 45 caches we will need to find for the Lambda Locator achievement. On the left, there is a mini teleporter. We will need to spam it to break it and get the What Cat achievement.
What cat? Doc, since he's not taking the streets, you might as well...
Barney leads us to a room housing the HEV suit. We put the suit on and prepare to be teleported to Eli's alongside Alex. Alex's teleportation goes smoothly, and she arrives at Eli's safely. Ours, on the other hand...
So, I'm all but certain it was Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, not so much. We make our way out front after being teleported out back. Barney meets up with us, telling us to make our way through the canals to Eli's, and hands us Old Reliable, earning us our 5th achievement. We then make our way through the railroads, offering some karma to the CPs along the way. I also took the opportunity to collect Lambda caches 2 and 3. We run into a citizen and a Vortigaunt. He informs us of how the Combine are cracking down on the canals while his Vortigaunt friend gives us a charge. I then proceeded to clean house of the CPs oppressing the citizens up ahead. I also collected Lambda Cache 4 along the way. I then proceeded ahead, disposing of more CPs and collecting the achievement Barnacle Bowling for blowing up 5 barnacles with 1 barrel. I also collected Lambda Cache 5 shortly thereafter. After this, the CPs started filling the sewers with manhacks, because by this point, they were tired of my antics. I also collected caches 6, 7, and 8. I then arrived at another underground railroad station, collecting the boat I would need to survive the dangers ahead, earning me the achievement Anchors Away. Now on water, I made my way east, towards Eli's lab, collecting caches 9, 10, 11, and 12 before running into a large dam that the Combine had sealed off. I made my way through the dam, collecting cache 13, while dodging the pesky manhacks, CPs, and now an annoying hunter chopper. I end up making my way to the lookout house and use the turrets mounted there to scare off the chopper and open the dam. Unfortunately for me, the chopper would return less than 30 seconds later, terrorizing me all the way to another escapee hideout. What was also unfortunate was that I needed to stop 4 times on my way there to collect caches 14, 15, 16, and 17, and this chopper did not like that. After arriving at the hideout, the citizens there notify me that I am close, and give my boat a mounted turret to even the fight against the chopper. Getting in the boat after the upgrade earned me the achievement, Heavy Weapons. Time for some well-deserved retribution. The chopper and I fought back and forth upriver, with a slight detour for me to collect cache 18, until we reached the waters above Black Mesa East. This is where the final showdown took place. I was able to defeat the chopper handily, earning me the Revenge achievement. I then made my way to 2 pipes hidden in the area behind the Combine stronghold. I went down one of these pipes to find the singing Vortigaunt and earned the secret Vorticoff achievement. After this, I opened the gates and made my way into Black Mesa East. Upon arrival, I am granted the 19th Lambda cache. I then make my way into a desanitization chamber, where I am introduced to Dr. Mossman. She talks to us about their advancements in the field of teleportation, and how the Combine are behind humanity in this field, potentially being a reason for why they've spared humans. We then arrive at Eli's lab, where we meet up with him for the first time since he sent us up during the resonance cascade. Eli tells us to make ourselves at home, and to look around. There are a bunch of cool things in this room, such as a newspaper talking about the 7 Hours War, a Zen crystal, and the head of a cut enemy type from this very game. Alex ends up coming in, overjoyed to see us. Dr. Mossman and her get in a heated exchange. As a result, Eli has Alex take us outside to show us the gravity gun. On our way there, we come across the old entrance to Ravenholm, which definitely won't be important later. Once outside, Alex hands us the gravity gun, granting us the 0-point energy achievement, and gives us pointers on how it works. Using the gun, I grab an old HEV suit charger plate, granting me the Blast from the Past achievement. We then make our way over to Dog, Alex's pet. We play catch with some boxes and a roller mine, which I use to score a basket, earning the 2 points achievement. After a while of playing catch, Dog senses something is wrong, and shortly thereafter, the Combine begins sweeping the area. We end up making our way inside, where Eli tells us to head for the coast, and to not go through Ravenholm. We are split up from Alex by falling debris, and then she tells us to go to Ravenholm anyways, because we are just that cool. Dog opens the door, and I make my way inside. The heavy music and dark environment set the somber tone that will follow you throughout the entirety of Half-Life's darkest chapter. I will need to use the gravity gun for this whole chapter, so that I can earn the zombie chopper achievement. I eventually encounter Father Grigori, who is likely the final human inhabitant of this town. I make my way through more zombies, collecting caches 20, 21, and 22. We eventually arrive at the entrance to the graveyard, where Grigori sends a cart across, and I struggle against a ton of fast zombies. After making our way into the graveyard, we make the journey through, while killing zombies, of course. Once we make it to the end, Grigori opens the gate for me, earning me the achievement Hollowed Ground. I then make my way out Ravenholm and into the light, prompting me with the zombie chopper achievement. I then collect cache 23, as it is right above the exit of Ravenholm. I then proceed to make my way through the train station to a rebel hideout, disposing of snipers along the way. Upon arrival, Alex informs me of Eli's capture, and tells me to make my way to Nova Prospect, and that she'd meet us there. Now on the road, I collect caches 24 and 25 before running into Odessa Cubbage. He instructs the room on how the rocket launcher works and then gives it to me to help fight off the incoming gunship. I defeat the gunship, earning the achievement where Cubbage fears to tread. Back on the highway, we make our way out to a Combine stronghold, where they have a crane and a bunch of storage crates. I then use said crate and crates to dispose of 3 Overwatch soldiers, earning us the OSHA Violation Achievement. Also, have I mentioned how good Half-Life 2's soundtrack is? Not long after leaving the stronghold, another gunship arrives. I destroy it using the rockets left on the highway, killing the second of 6 gunships needed for the one-man army achievement. I also collected Cache 26. Not long after, I come across another Combine stronghold. Using a crossbow I found on the cliff across, I pinned a Combine soldier to the billboard, earning the targeted advertising achievement. I then cleaned out the rest of the Overwatch soldiers, took down the field blocking our path, and collected Cache 27. Further down the road, I came across another Combine stronghold, with another one of these annoying suppression fields. This time, however, it was hooked up to the end of the bridge, so I collected Cache 28, cleared through the Combine soldiers, made my way across the bridge, disabled the field, took down gunship number 3, and finally made it back to my car, only to almost get hit by a train. Finally back on the road, we come across a roadblock set up by Combine forces. They try to ambush us, but that fails horribly. I collect Cache 29, open the gate, and go on my way. I eventually make my way to a rebel hideout, who inform us of the upcoming Combine attack. So I do what any respectable gamer would do. I camp their spawn. After the wave of soldiers, gunship number 4 shows up and I take it down with ease. Shortly thereafter, I make my way down to a duo of civilians, one of them injured. Antlions ambush and kill the injured one. The other warns me of stepping on the sand, as it angers the antlions. I adhere to his advice, staying on the rocks the whole way across, while collecting Cache 30, of course. Once I make it to the other side, I am granted the Keep Off the Sand achievement. I make my way down and do battle with an antlion guardian. I defeat it easily, and am awarded with xenopods. I then make my way into another rebel hideout, following a Vortigaunt whom instructs us on how to use the pods to make allies with the antlions. After a brief tutorial, we make our way to the gates of Nova Prospect, where antlions and I tear through the guards, earning me the Bug Hunt achievement. Shortly thereafter, I run into gunships 5 and 6, defeating them easily, earning the One-Man Army achievement. Now in Nova Prospect, I grab a toilet from one of the cells and throw it at a headcrab, earning me the Flushed achievement. I then collect Cache 31 before running into a room full of manhacks. I use said manhacks to defeat 5 of the prison guards, earning me the Hack Attack achievement. I then open the gates, collect Cache 32, and make my way deeper into the prison. I then came across some bathrooms, where I collect Cache 33. I then made my way out to the prison yard, where I defeat an antlion guard and make my way into the train depot, meeting up with Alex. Alex and I make our way to a computer station. We use the station to locate Eli and to brief him on the situation. He remarks that we must find Dr. Mossman as well, and Alex promises that we will, and sends him to the teleportation room, saying we'd meet him there. We then split up. I came across Cache 34 on my way to the first turret room, and then I used the turrets reprogrammed by Alex to hold off the guards until Alex's arrival. We then use the computers in the room and learn of Dr. Mossman's betrayal. Enraged, Alex emphasizes that we must hurry. We then split up again. I made my way to another turret room and used the reprogrammed turrets to hold off a large prison guard assault, earning me the Gordon Freeman achievement. Alex links back up with us and uses a nearby computer station to locate Mossman. Once found, she locks her in the room and confronts her. Mossman tries to act like she's been on our side the whole time, but Alex sees through her lies. Eli arrives, and Alex has Dr. Mossman help her prepare to send Eli to Kleiners. Mossman has other plans, changing the coordinates to an unknown location at the time. Alex then recalibrates the teleporter for Kleiners while we defend her using, you guessed it, turrets. The teleporter ends up recharging, we get in, and escape in a flash of white.
My God, we made it.
Now at Kleiners, Alex knocks on the door for Kleiner to let us in. He is seemingly surprised, and informs us that Nova Prospect exploded on our way out, but that it happened a week ago, despite it seeming like we were just there. He also informs us of where Mossman took Eli, to the Citadel, and how the explosion at Prospect triggered an uprising from the civilians. Barney has been leading a charge towards the Citadel to free Eli in the week we were out. Oh, and Dog managed to make it to Kleiner's while all this was going on. Such a good boy. Alex instructs Dog to go with us and link up with Barney in the city. We make our way out of Kleiner's lab. I collect Cash 35 and then proceed to kill Overwatch soldiers, with Dog's assistance, of course. He opens the way for us into an all-too-familiar area, and then leaves us to deal with some annoying soldiers and a dropship. We link up with some citizens who are tearing down the projector from earlier, and after learning the ropes with how to lead a squad, we earn the Follow Freeman achievement. We then encounter more CPs. Missed you guys. On my journey through the city, I collected caches 36, 37, and 38 before coming across a sunken tunnel filled with radioactive material. I make my way through the tunnel, earning the Radiation Levels Detected achievement, and link back up with my squad of rebels. I then continue to make my way through the war-torn city, grabbing caches 39 and 40. We link back up with Alex, who tells us we need to take down the generator in the square. Alex brings the shields down using a nearby computer while we defend her, not using turrets this time. With the shields down, we hit it with the gravity gun, earning us the Plaza Defender achievement. Alex gets apprehended while trying to find a way around a collapsed bridge, when we make our way underground, where we collect caches 41, 42, 43, and 44, and we have our first encounter with the Combine Elites, whom are just as stupid as the Overwatch. We then make our way back to the surface. Snipers have the rebels pinned down and need to be taken care of.
Grenade, Gordon!
After disposing of the final sniper, I earn the Counter Sniper achievement. With them gone, I can finally link up with Barney. Barney and I make our way to Overwatch headquarters, a building with a large suppression device that is preventing us from pushing on through to the Citadel. We make our way into the building and disable 3 generators which power the device, earning me the Fight the Power achievement. I then split up with Barney and make my way to the roof, deploying the sky bridge to allow the rebels over. I then fought off striders with the rebels, including the supplies guy from earlier in the game.
Hey down there! Supplies! Hey down there!
I then made my way through more Overwatch and another strider to a destroyed apartment building. I found the 45th and final Lambda cache in this building, earning me the Lambda Locator achievement, and then pushed ahead to the final buildings before the Citadel. With the assistance of local rebels, we were able to hold off waves of striders and soldiers, earning me the Giant Killer achievement. Now at the foothold of the Citadel, Dog opens the way for us, and we make our way in, with Barney asking us to relay a message to Breen.
And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said.
Now inside of the Citadel, we make our way to some sort of transport contraption. We go inside it and are taken through the Citadel to a decontamination room. The room destroys all our guns, except the gravity gun, supercharging it. With the supercharged gravity gun, we make our way through the Citadel, destroying Combine soldiers along the way, and earning the Atomizer achievement for sizzling 15 guards. Oh, and Dr. Breen attempts to taunt us, because if physical warfare isn't working, then why not try psychological?
At last. I wish I could say this was a pleasant surprise, but it's neither a surprise nor, as you will surely agree, very pleasant.
We then make our way to another one of the transport contraptions, which takes us all the way up to Dr. Breen's office. Now in Breen's office, we re-encounter Dr. Mossman. She informs us that struggle is futile, apologizes, and then escorts us the rest of the way to Breen's chambers. Breen is seen there giving a monologue to Eli. Once we enter, Breen thanks us for bringing Eli and ourselves to him. He pleads with Eli to say the words to end the uprising in the streets, and tries to use his daughter as leverage. This fails, and as a result, Breen begins the process of teleporting them to a Combine overworld, an act which would kill them instantly. Mossman challenges him and frees Gordon. Breen grabs the gravity gun and strikes Gordon with it, freeing Eli and Alex in the process. Alex requests Mossman to get Eli to safety and takes Gordon with her after Dr. Breen. They catch up with him, but he is once again able to slip through their grasp. Alex uses the nearby computer to open the window, revealing Breen's plan of teleporting away. I go in after him, fighting my way up the portal, all while he taunts me yet again.
Dr. Freeman, you really shouldn't be out there. At the moment of synapse, as I teleport, this chamber will be bathed in deadly particles that have yet to be named by human science.
I eventually reach the summit and destroy the reactor, earning the Singularity Collapse achievement. The core blows and time is frozen. I then hear a familiar voice.
Time, Dr. Freeman? Is it really that time again? It seems as if you only just arrived.
The G-Man remarks how he's heard interesting offers for your services and places you back in stasis.
In the meantime, this is where I get off.
Legendary ending to a legendary game. That is Half-Life 2, Update Edition, 100% completed. Grinding these achievements really brought me back to my childhood, as games like Half-Life, Call of Duty, Portal, and Team Fortress were all games that I grew up with and have fond memories of. I remember asking my dad to help me with some of the puzzles I couldn't solve, and he was always there to walk me through it. In regard to the achievements themselves, the most unique achievement in my opinion must be Defiance. I mean, throwing a can at a Metro Cop doesn't get much cooler than that. The most difficult being Zombie Chopper. I found a ton of times that the resources at my disposal were lackluster, and I died more in this chapter than any of the others. Anyways guys, that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Until next time, my name's McBubba, and this has been Road to 100%. Stay safe and stay humble.